Kevin Durant said this about the Warriors, but before we start the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any Warriors news. Kevin Durant talking about the Golden State Warriors is never just a throwback. Every comment he makes carries the weight of history, of one of the most controversial yet dominant eras in modern NBA memory. Durant's time with the Warriors, from 2016 to 2019, was short but seismic. 2 NBA championships, 2 Finals MVPs, and a narrative that split fans, media, and even his peers. Now, years later, KD's reflections are part confession, part analysis, and part subtle reminder that he was absolutely clutch in those moments that defined a dynasty. One of the hottest moments came in the summer of 2025, when a fan asked Durant why some Warriors fans still can't seem to appreciate what he did in Golden State. KD didn't mince words. He reminded the world that the Finals MVPs he earned weren't just accolades. They were validation of his impact. Those Finals MVPs? They hurt some Warriors fans too much. They'll never get over it, he said. Think about that. It's short, sharp, and totally KD. No apology, no humble brag, just a cold reminder that when he was on that court, he carried the team when it mattered most. For fans and analysts, it's a statement that echoes the tension of the era. Some people saw him as a villain who joined an already legendary team, while others saw him as the missing piece that made the dynasty untouchable. Durant's more strategic side showed up in early 2025, when rumors swirled about a possible return to Golden State mid-season. Many assumed it was personal, tension with Draymond Green, drama with Steph Curry, but KD clarified it was far more practical than that. It wasn't the right time, he said. Mid-season moves are huge. It's not just basketball, it's team chemistry, business logistics, and life off the court. I wasn't gonna mess that up. That kind of honesty is rare in a league where players often offer generic, no hard feelings lines. Instead, Durant framed it as a calculated career decision. His focus remained on his current team, and he refused to let the narrative of returning hero dictate his choices. From a fan perspective, this is classic Durant. He's managing the narrative without sounding defensive. He knows the Warriors era will always spark debate. Super team accusations, the Thunder fallout, the Brooklyn saga, it all lingers. By emphasizing timing and strategy over personal drama, he shifts the story to a bigger picture. Durant is a thinker, a career architect, and a player who weighs legacy alongside championships. The subtle but powerful, and NBA analysts and superfans alike eat this kind of transparency up. At the same time, Durant hasn't shied away from warmth. During All-Star events in 2025, he talked about the Bay Area in the kind of tone fans recognize from his social media. Casual, heartfelt, yet confident. The fans still show love. That's my home. You know what I'm saying? He acknowledges that even after all the controversy, the love persists and that it matters. KD's recognition of that connection shows an emotional intelligence that complements his scoring ability. He knows fans remember not just the points, but the moments, the plays, the clutch shots. It humanizes him while reinforcing his place in the Warriors' story. What makes all of this transformative is the way KD blends personal reflection with narrative control. He's not just saying, "I was great." He's subtly reshaping how the era is remembered. He addresses the lingering tension, highlights his finals dominance, and frames career decisions as strategic rather than emotional. Every comment is an invitation for fans and analysts to reconsider the story of his Warriors years. The narrative of Durant as a villain or a hero doesn't change overnight, but his words force the discussion to acknowledge nuance. That his legacy in Golden State was complex, historic, and undeniable. Durant's recent reflections, in short, are a masterclass in legacy management. He owns his brilliance on the court, respects the fans who supported him, and reminds the NBA world that time and context matter. For anyone watching the league, these statements are a window into the mind of a player who not only shaped a dynasty but is still actively shaping how that dynasty is remembered. KD isn't just revisiting the past, he's reasserting the narrative in real time. The impact he had on the Warriors and how he wants history to remember him. Kevin Durant doesn't just leave statements floating out there. He layers them with context, subtle ego, and a fan's perspective that understands how NBA narratives stick. Durant's time in Golden State was short but seismic. From the moment he joined the team in 2016, people debated whether he was chasing rings or redefining what a dynasty could be. KD has addressed that narrative indirectly in recent interviews. He knows fans love drama, but he's clear about his intent. In 2018, he hit multiple game-winning shots in the finals. Clutch moments that cemented his role not as a sidekick, but as the difference-maker on a historically dominant team. Even years later, KD references those moments not to boast, but to remind fans that his contributions were critical. He often frames it as, "I went there, I played my game, and I left my mark," which is a mix of humility, pride, and subtle authority over the narrative. Analyzing his statements through a fan lens, it's obvious KD is shaping his post-Warriors image carefully. He knows history tends to simplify. Either you're the villain who joined an established team or the hero who made a dynasty unstoppable. KD refuses to let it be that simple. When he talks about finals MVPs, or the affection he still receives from some Bay Area fans, he highlights nuance. He's saying, in effect, yes, I joined a great team, but I also made them greater. I carried the moments that mattered. Remember that. For fans who follow the NBA like a weekly soap opera, that's the kind of narrative that sparks endless discussion, hot takes, and social media debates. Exactly the ecosystem KD thrives in. His recent reflections also show emotional intelligence. By acknowledging fan love, admitting the practical reasons for not returning mid-season, and subtly referencing his iconic plays, KD creates a three-dimensional story. He's strategic, he's thoughtful, and he's human. The Warriors' era wasn't flawless, but KD frames it as a defining chapter in his career, one that shaped his growth on and off the court. For those who watch every highlight, listen to every post-game interview, and analyze trade rumors at 2 a.m., these statements are more than nostalgia. They're an active reassertion of KD's place in basketball history. Another angle KD touches on is how he wants his legacy outside Golden State to be understood. He's often asked about super teams, loyalty, and his departure from Oklahoma City and later Brooklyn. In all of this, Durant's Warriors comments carry an unspoken message. History will judge him not by the controversy, but by the moments he controlled. From mid-range dagger threes to clutch free throws in decisive games, KD reminds fans that basketball is a numbers and moments game, and his moments with the Warriors were historic, undeniable, and transformative. As the 2025 season progresses, KD's voice remains influential. His words encourage fans and analysts to see his Warriors years as a complex interplay of individual brilliance and team success, not a simple narrative of ring chaser versus loyalty. He's signaling that he's comfortable with his choices, proud of his achievements, and aware of the lasting impact he made on one of the NBA's most iconic dynasties. By doing so, Durant elevates the conversation from mere fandom to a more nuanced understanding of greatness, legacy, and the realities of professional basketball. In the end, Kevin Durant's reflections on the Warriors show a player fully in control of how history remembers him. He's not asking for validation, but he's clearly setting the record straight. He was a decisive, clutch, transformative figure whose presence redefined a dynasty. The narratives of villain or hero will always be debated, but KD's recent commentary cements the fact that his time in Golden State was historically significant, personally transformative, and forever a key chapter in the story of modern NBA basketball. For fans who've lived through the highs, lows, and controversies, Durant's words are a reminder. Greatness isn't just about rings or points. It's about the moments, the context, and the narrative you leave behind. And in that sense, Kevin Durant will always be central to the story of the Warriors dynasty, not as a footnote, but as one of its defining forces.